In this video, I'm going to discuss the wet mount. So a wet mount uses wet substances, and you're going to put something wet on a microscope slide, and then you're going to cover it with a cover slip. And the purpose of a wet mount is to allow you to visualize organisms that are living and moving. So a lot of times we'll do wet mounts on specimens where we want to see an organism that's moving through something. This is pretty common when visualizing protozoans or algae. If you do like a pond water wet mount, that's looking at the organisms that are living, moving, swimming around inside of the pond water. So in order to do a wet mount, you need a microscope slide, a cover slip, a dropper, and then your substance that you would like to look at. So the first step, you're going to take the dropper, and you always want to blow some air bubbles in your sample in order to mix up the sample. And make sure that you're careful not to cause this to spill over. So now we got some sample in our pipette, and we're going to put one drop of sample into the center of the slide. And then we're going to place the cover slip on our sample. Now typically we would want the cover slip and microscope slide to be completely clean. So prior to use, you would take it out of the package and then you would wipe it down to make sure that it is clean. And then you're going to take it, you want to butt up the corner to the solution so that it makes a kind of a film in the solution, and then you gently drop down the cover slip. When you do it that way, you're going to minimize the amount of bubbles that appear in the center, because sometimes bubbles can look like other organisms, especially if this happens to be a fecal specimen and you're looking for cysts or eggs from parasites that might be in that specimen. If it's a big round air bubble, it's going to distract you and it's going to make you think that it's something that it's not. So in order to do this properly, you want to kind of angle the cover slip, allow it to come in contact with the solution, and then let it drop down. Now your wet mount is ready for visualization under the microscope.